where's Oscar at? I can't even see him in here. Oh, there he is. Can I get a little round of appreciation? Tonight's meal was donated by Oscar Gamino, Gamino's Auto Repair.
Thank you.
He has a very cool reason though. Yours and your mom's birthday? Same day? Yeah. So he's taking care of Fayla. What are you raising your hand for?
My birthday today too.
Get out of here today. No joke. Man, you're old.
I know.
All right. Mike is working through on the membership side, but for sake of everybody, we'll keep going in the interim. So welcome to the March Salmon Unlimited Wisconsin membership meeting. Great turnout tonight. I think it was Oscar's food, to be honest. But good to have everyone here, and we got another like 8 or 10 people online already. I want to start out with the traditional sunshine. We did have a passing that I'm aware of, Sean Putzer, locally here. And then, I don't know if there's others that we're aware of. I know Lat Martins just got out of the hospital like yesterday. He's back home resting. Yeah. Yeah.
John Hudson.
I'm not sure.
That's my brother-in-law. He passed away a long time.
Does
So-
anyone want a skein of rainbow eggs? Courtesy of Nick. Gotta scrape them for sacks.
You can let him sit in here for a couple hours before you put him in the fridge at home.
Put mine outside.
Yeah, that's smart. All right. So again, thoughts for Sean's family. If there's anyone else on the moment of sunshine, just be mindful.
They actually had a service this week already.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or
It was tonight.
it was, no, well, yesterday it was.
Okay. Another one that may be less familiar to everybody, but Barbara Hilbert, she was one of the founders of Sound Decisions here in Racine. Sound Decisions has been a sponsor of the tournament and a supporter of ours for the last couple of years with the festival. So Chris's mom, Chris is the current owner. His mom Barbara passed away. Her services were last week too, last week Friday. On to a little bit more celebratory. Bob, do you want to share the announcements on your committee?
Okay, we've got 2 new ones. We're sponsoring a table for the Women's Resource Center for their fundraiser
There it is.
for $500.
Yep.
And then we're doing a donation to the Racine Fire Bells, a $1,000 grant. For those who don't know, they back up the fire department when they're out on their calls. The fire department, we were asking what we could do for them because
We asked them what we could do for them because they've been so helpful.
right, and they said that they would rather we just do something for the fire bills. So those 2 will be going out shortly. I should get the checks tonight.
Checks are issued. Yep, I'll deliver the fire bells, and you can deliver the Women's Resource Center.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So again, just highlighting what we do more for the community here.
Not a grant, but I think it's important for all the club members to also know that we did renew with the
WLBA.
Wisconsin Lakeshore Business Association.
Yep.
They are a primary driving force with keeping the fish stock and the netting and everything under control. So
Yeah.
we are involved with them again. I think that's important to know that we are supporting them.
They are our voice to the state and to other interest parties to make sure that we're heard for our benefit and what we're paying into the DNR fees.
Versus the commercials.
Okay, and
Yep.
just another thing, Jim has joined our group.
That's why it's back on track.
Yep. Oh. All right. Well, at least that was kosher, Jim. So. All right. So yeah, again, just highlighting. We got to do a better job ourselves. We're working on that. We'll post these up on the Salmon Unlimited website. But evangelizing for the benefits that we give back to the community as a nonprofit. A lot of times our community members here know us for either being fishermen or for Salmonorama, and really nothing else. And it's amazing when they get to see that list of all the things that we do. So we're going to do a better job at sharing these things, public postings and such, so that people know that we actually do actively serve the community. For sale. So Jason Baker, Jason, by the way, Mike, I saw him post. He's online too, but I didn't have a chance to write his name down.
Jason who?
Baker, our treasurer, who's working like 4 jobs at his shop right now. Yeah. Jason still casually has his boat out. He actually said he's probably going to formally list this online in the next week or two, but his boat is for sale for, I think the ask was $35,000. You've heard the specs before, but if you have interest in his, please feel free to reach out to Jason. And then Bob Hill.
A good friend of mine.
Yep.
From Illinois.
He's got a 2000 Crestliner, only 13,000, pretty well loaded. So again, dual axle trailer, everything, 2 downriggers. I think there was a autopilot in there too. So
4 disc brakes, the radar tower, the radar actually folds down into the boat.
Active
and
radar.
a traveling cover that goes all the way over it.
Awesome. So again, if you have something larger that you want to get highlighted to sell, let me know. I'm happy to post them up here just to make awareness for the club members. Mike, I know you're partially buried, and we're not doing the raffle right now, but do you know any updates on the membership and count?
Well, yeah, memberships are coming in strong tonight. Appreciate that, folks. Definitely like to get them in before we start the jackpot series. We got some new members tonight. If you don't mind standing up and introducing yourself.
All right, so we'll start. Yeah, get everyone standing for a second, then I'll go clockwise. Are there 3 of them?
I think it's 4.
4 of them? All right, so we'll start 12 o'clock.
Hello, I'm Kyle. South Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Been fishing Lake Michigan 15 years, and Big Pond Raw just canceled, so I figured let's get into something closer to home.
Were you the one that contacted me?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Jake, out of Oak Creek, I fish with Kyle all the time, so.
I have a feeling.
Nick, I fish with these two all the time.
I'm seeing a trend with the 3. Then there's the one guy who's not with you.
Sorry. Yeah, my name's Luke. I'm from Pleasant Prairie. I grew up fishing out of North Point. The big boat, now I fish out of small boats. But yeah, I figured I'd try to get us.
Absolutely. Cool.
Any boat names so we can. What?
Boat name.
The real deal.
I used to fish on Miller time out of North Point.
Okay.
Awesome. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Hey, Tom Rosenthal, I live in Delta, but I fished the lake for 30+ years. Not unlike you guys fishing on Raw last year. But it'd be kind of cool to try this stuff, some jackpot stuff. Developing it a little bit stronger.
Can I add a little something to that?
Yeah.
We're trying to get a list together right now of boats that are willing to take new members out, or just if you'd like to get out on other people's boats, that you can make a call to them or put your name in the hat so we know you're available. And there's quite a few times our boats are just looking for someone to have come out on our boat and see how we run things. And we're even thinking about getting out on your boats if you need any help.
Yeah.
So it's something that as a club we're trying to put together right now.
Yeah. I was gonna bring up pretty much the same thing here, so if you ever need somebody to fish with, or if you need, your boat's down, or you happen to be like me, got a little tiny boat and really shouldn't take it out on Lake Michigan. 30 years ago, I was braver.
That's not what Robin Yolans would do.
I'm hoping we can get something maybe going on the web. I'm going to spring this on you because I didn't have a chance to talk to you last week. Maybe we get some kind of page going on the web where got a boat, need a crew, no boat, need a ride type of thing. And maybe we can hook people up and get you to make some new fishing buddies. Okay?
Absolutely. That could be built. Any other guests, non-member guests that are here tonight? I had a feeling. Yep.
Oh, and I don't know if everybody's signed in or not, but please, if you haven't.
Yep. Guest or member, feel free. And you, sir.
Bob, can you bring that over here?
Okay. Membership's up to date.
Watch out for Ram. Oh, signing in? Okay. All right. Mike, that was all for membership? I take it? Because you're back here, your hands full.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah. Do you remember roughly where we were number count?
real happy. Hey, come on back, guys.
Here.
Did you get your ticket?
Yeah. The guys were real happy. Did you guys get your tickets for the raffles too? All three? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I gave you real happy.
Okay, that was the question. Real happy. All right. Yeah, we're quickly approaching. I think we might be over 200 members now. Again, so pretty close, if not.
Everybody up to news, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. We had a couple online, obviously, and then the ones in here today. So nice little jump. Fishing reports. We had some gorgeous weather last week, and tell me somebody else took advantage of it. Lonnie, I know you were working the shoreline because I saw your post. What's good?
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, right now, you know, the fish are moving up into the stream here, in the river. Last Thursday, me and Nick, we went out. Well, last Thursday, I went kind of by myself. Took Nick out the other day. I landed over here by 6th Street, 14 steelhead off of a heritage I made. So, you know, I got so far I got planted about 20 fish so far. Well, thank you, my son. Take advantage of this nice warm weather.
Yep. Did I hear too? You were over by the dam.
Oh yes, up by the dam today. There's a lot of steelhead jump. Yesterday it was. There was a lot of them just jumping up against the dam, and guys were really catching them too.
Yep.
So
Okay.
They're there.
Anyone get out in front of the harbors at all, or take the boat out for browns?
Hey, they won't soon.
That really surprised me. I thought that some people would get out with this weekend's weather. So
I saw there was some out at Kenosha, they got a bunch.
okay.
There are a couple of boats out in front of the power plant. We're doing pretty good at the discharge of the new plant and in front of the old plant.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. There's another beautiful sight, finally. If you haven't heard the word, Grant Park, the equipment finally was brought in. So they're going to be starting their process on dredging. I believe the last I heard was end of July for projected completion date and reopening. So unfortunately, probably 2 weeks late. Yeah, maybe if Todd had gotten down there instead, could have done it in like a day. But yeah, they started moving the equipment. From what I understand, they shut down the road going down because they were also working on the trail where it crosses the road. So Grand Park's gonna start getting a facelift and hopefully, Bender Park's gonna start getting a facelift and hopefully by this fall we'll be back with access again. With that, yeah.
Yeah, my buddy, he's one of those guys that marked all the lines in the road for gas and electric. He said he got a ticket to mark stuff for the removal of the Horlick Dam. So they're probably going to be starting on to remove the Horlick Dam pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can read that.
Yeah, that's what I heard about the markings being done down there. That one's slated to be done by fall as well. So a lot of activity, hopefully minimal impact on the roadway in the meantime too.
I can give you a vendor update. Not only is the equipment in place, they've been digging all week.
Oh, have they already?
You can't get down there, but you can see them off the bluff. And we've been looking with binoculars, and they've had that monster thing. That thing has a scoop that is huge. It's like stuff that the Cyrus used to make for mining, and they have been in the opening and working as a way in. Michaels is the one that bid on that contract and has it, and we're starting to see dump trucks going down there to bring it up to the top. So they are digging like 10 hours a day.
With that pace, do you think there's a chance that they could? Because they were.
They're going to finish early.
That broke my heart when I heard end of July versus before July.
I think I think the launch and everything is going to be open way ahead of the game. The problem is they're doing some other work in the park that they have justified having the park closed.
Yeah.
But maybe if they get that launch done early enough, some pressure, you know, and have to, hey, would you at least open this thing up?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're digging like crazy.
Okay.
Are they doing any rock wall work too, or just pure dredging?
We, right now, it looks like they're just digging, we, can't see, you know, we're looking at from, you know, a mile or two away.
Yeah, I just didn't know if anyone
Yeah.
said anything, like another gonna dredge it, I don't know.
From-
Did they ever release a statement saying if they're doing anything with
So
dredging?
my understanding is that they're just dredging for right now.
Correct.
Because for them to do the wall, it sounds like right now they're struggling because the road is not holding up to the equipment.
Right.
And they would have to put in like a $3.8 million upgrade on the road before they can get the other equipment down there to do any kind of permanent solution. So that's why they're just dredging right now, is to get the funding for the road.
You know, they can put it on a barge?
Yeah, I was gonna say, they could put in a barge and bring the big rocks out, and then they just need something to place it.
It's really expensive, that's, and you're talking companies.
Any government work? Just need a new piano.
You're talking,
All right. I know we had a visitor recently too from South Shore or South Milwaukee Yacht Club. They're sharing their pricing on their slips too. Quite affordable as a alternative. A little north of here, but small club. They have their own blasting dredging machine.
yeah, I'm a member at South Milwaukee, we can hold up to 35-foot boats. Basically, for your membership, your slip, all summer and whatever, about $1,300 covers everything. But it's like this yacht club. It's in the constraints of a working man's yacht club. Every member has to contribute 20 hours a year to the benefit of the yacht club. You know, some of our guys that are incredibly talented mechanically are working on stuff there. You know, some guys that are talented height-wise, change all the lights, like me. You know, and that you know, everybody contributes. But for $1,300 a year, and the one negative, if you like to be next to sailboats, we don't have any sailboats because we're too shallow. We're only about 5 feet deep. We can't get the wind suckers in here with us. But a lot of slips available, and we fish the water that nobody else fishes there at the halfway point.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the other notable thing about you is your mouth. You come straight out to the lake. It's like there's not a 20-minute run up the river to get to your slip.
Yeah, we're right out the
Quick
front.
access out. So.
Yeah.
One of our other members online, members or guests, Sean Slater, noted he went 4 for 4 in the Milwaukee Harbor over the weekend too. So just get that out there. So yeah, a lot of attention to our resources, our waterway access and resources. Mr. Bradley, oh.
You ever heard anything like Pikes Creek, ever dredging that out?
The Pike Creek mouth itself, I'll share this on behalf of my site on Route Pike Win on the board there. We reached out to the Army Corps of Engineers, and I personally was out there with Dave Giordano, the executive director, along with the Army Corps. Yeah. And the flow is so low that it's a challenge in justifying to build like a wall or something. So they could dig it out every year. Kenosha goes out there, scoops it out, creates a pathway, sands back in.
Yeah, because you guys got that pen here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the Kenosha Club has the holding tanks right there. Yeah, it
It's probably open today with all the flow they have.
after last night, I'm sure it is. Yeah, but that's the dilemma: is it's open, it's closed, it's open. In fact, the day we were there, it had just started trickling through, and within a matter of 20 minutes, it went from that to I couldn't swim across it. It was moving so fast and so wide. Once it got that carved through the sand, it just goes, and then it goes until it empties out that estuary. So, Bradley, is it on the message? Okay. So for the Jackpot series, stalling while I pull it up. Hello everyone. Hard to believe that we're less than 2 months away from the first leg of the Jackpot series. The committee has been working hard tying up loose ends for the event. We are happy to announce a few things. We finalized the rules and registration on the Salmon Unlimited website, which officially means that it is open for signups. For those who've been asking, In fact, I think I already saw the first registration coming on the table, but the website and Bradley's got registration forms. It is live and active. With the rules reading, okay, one small change on top of the other rules mentioned at last meeting. They'll start accepting, as a club, we decided to allow SU Illinois members to also be eligible to fish on the teams without requiring Salmon Unlimited Wisconsin membership like we have historically had. That kind of aligns with something that they've been doing for their club events as well. Over the last couple of years on other events, so I think it's only fair for us to do the same as they have. If you have questions on the rules or registration, please see Dan or Jason or Bradley. Overall, not much of any big changes to the rules. He will eventually work on a sponsorship banner for 2026. So the same benefits from last year are being offered for anyone who wants to donate used gear. Last year, Bradley took used gear, sold it during, he did the Illinois and the Wisconsin swap meets. I think this one he's only doing Wisconsin. But any used gear donations can be accepted in lieu of cash for a sponsorship individually. And get your name on the banner or your company name on the banner to be recognized throughout all the jackpot events, and we get it tied in on the slides. Larger donations always benefit the club and can be worked out as well. Just get in touch with Bradley from now till the middle of April deadline. Now on to the payouts, which I think is the next one. Yep. We're going to work on his single pager. It's pretty wordy. We're targeting for the entire season a target of total payouts of around $10,000 based on 20 boats. If everything goes as planned sponsorship-wise and we get at least 20 boats or more, we'll have a little more than $10,000 in both cash and prizes throughout the jackpot season. Under that assumption, we would pay out approximately $2,500 total value in cash and product prizes per leg, scattered over the top 10 spots, plus the big fish for each of the 5 species at each event. And we have added 3 new side pots specifically to encourage involvement from kids, women, and veterans. Each leg, the biggest fish caught by a veteran, or by a kid, or by a woman, will collect $50 as a prize. And then kids under 18 have top 5 cash payouts to encourage them to join in and participate. One major change in the payout is there will not be any series overall cash payouts. With the exemption being the Master Angler, there's a $500 cash prize for the season-long Master Angler boat. Overall, top 3 boats will be awarded with, as he says, nice trophies. And the best 3 event weight, based on the best 3 event weights only. So still doing weights, cumulative weights for 3 of the best 4 events for you. Those will be for first, second, third trophy-wise at the end of the year. Making it more valuable without having a throwaway concern or feeling. Any questions, feel free to ask Bradley or any of the other committee members. Last thing for tonight, he's running various raffles and pools. First, he has the March Madness, I want to hold that up.
3 spots left.
3 spots left on a March Madness
I'll fill 'em up.
pool. They're $30 a square. And thanks to one of our guest speakers tonight, Lonnie donated some of his awesome tubes.
That's full.
That's a separate law. Okay, that's already full. And then he has a group of 31 crankbaits from Walleye Nation design. Lots of gold crankbaits, which have been fantastic for brown trout on the shore or even being trolled. A lot of other fantastic colors too. $15 per line, 5 lines remaining on that one. He has flyers for the Jackpot Series event. I dropped one on each table, but he's got extras if anybody wants to take one individually. Feel free to take them, share them, and come sign up on the raffles. Thank you.
It's got one more, the halftime and the final score of the March Madness.
Might be full now.
That's a strip card, I think.
These are full.
Full now?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's wrapped those up.
All right, that's full.
Thanks for bringing it up, but yep, he's good there.
Yep. Okay. One more. Oh yeah, and the gear donation again. So, new or used gear, Bradley will take it. Any of the proceeds go into the event, help support it. Again, something else we didn't mention with the event. This year the board changed this and trying to make it more camaraderie based. We had great supporters last year that volunteered and made meals or donated meals for the 4 jackpot events. it's pretty tough to do that and to fish and everything else that's going on. So the board elected to have the club pay for the meals for the 4 Jackpots events. So if you're participating in the events, we're going to have catered food of some sort from either local restaurants, or someone's going to be providing the food and the drink on behalf of the club for the Jackpot series. Mr. Jim, can I have you come up? Just it's easier for the mic to hear you for people online.
You're so damn close. Nobody wants to see you.
Thanks.
So Salmonorama's up and going, coming a lot quicker than what we would like it to, but we will get it together. We are currently meeting here on the 1st and 3rd Monday of the month, 7 p.m. If anybody would like to come down and join or has any ideas or suggestions, we're always open to hear what you got. Be patient with us. We do have some rule changes that'll be coming, mainly affecting the youth division, some additional categories, and an age change with that. So that will be up and going here very shortly, but again, we have a very limited amount of volunteers working on this, so if you plan on helping out during the event, a couple of the areas we really need help in is fish ID and weigh-in. I know everybody likes to fish the event, but if everybody could give one shift, it would help us with that area. It's not an area that just anybody off the street can come and help us. So that's very important as a club that we get that filled in with people that are knowledgeable of species and again, helping us get these fish weighed in. Other than that, we do have some really big bands coming. Our Facebook is pretty active, so if there's anything you want to follow, that would be the best place to get the information. We are mainly focusing on the weekends, having bigger bands and not as much going on during the week. However, we are starting to fill that in with some other nonprofits coming down and utilizing the site since it's already paid for. So again, we are going to be doing the kayak with the booze, which is very popular. If you frequent a place or know somebody that owns a bar, relative, whatever, we definitely could use some bottles of booze to help fill that. That generates a pretty good revenue. Other than that, the final day raffle will be again this year, which is a staple of the event that everybody looks forward to. And a couple other raffles, daily raffles, more aimed at the fishermen. So there'll be things to do throughout the whole week, but again, we do need some help. Right now, our biggest thing that we've done the last few years was expand the 10th through the 20th payouts. We predominantly done that with the gun raffle. Again, we really weren't getting the participation to help sell those. So this year we downsized it and went to the ATV. We're only doing 700 tickets. I do have some with me if anybody wants any. They're $20 a ticket, but again, there's only 700 being sold, and I would say probably 70% of them are accounted for at this point. So there won't be many left, and I do not see them making it to the event. So again, I do have some of those tickets available. Other than that, Josh, is there anything you want to add that I'm forgetting?
No, we're rounding out the community stuff too. So we got a few more kids games. As Jim said, we're partnering in with some of these other nonprofits, which will take some of the strain off us during the midweek.
And remind you, they are having fireworks on Friday night. The first week.
The first Friday will be
opening
fireworks.
Friday.
And again, we do have some pretty large bands coming, but you can follow that on Facebook. That's the best place to. We keep a pretty up to date and active Facebook page.
The Two Hype crew. I was a little worried. Like, okay, I don't know. The music type, the genre, is it family friendly? Jim and I had a meeting with Brian Good at Chick-fil-A, the owner, and Christian-based kind of food place. Brian's like, oh, I love that group. I'm like, so it's family friendly? He goes, oh yeah, they put on an awesome show. So that one's one of the prep ones.
Again, we do need some help in certain areas, predominantly the weigh-in and the festival site. So even if you're fishing and you know somebody that wants to come down and give us a hand while you're out fishing, we definitely can utilize the help. And again, sponsorship. If anybody wants to donate anything restaurants, whatever it might be, we can utilize all that and generate it into a revenue that allows us to do what we do as a club, so.
Have the ask letters up here if anybody needs them.
Any questions?
Oh,
Perfect.
I know one of the short guy, Al Ang, dropped out tonight. But hey, I got a guy that will speak. Malak
Hey, so
from schools out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if you want, cause you're guiding.
Short fishing?
yeah.
It's a round table, so they.
It's a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, if you wanna promote your guidance service or.
Square table.
Well, let's keep on track and we'll get to that. And if we need to drag them up, we'll drag them up, Monty. All right.
Drink a bowl.
So yeah, as Jim said, and again, look at the quality. This is, if you saw the posters the last 2 years or the Facebook announcements, they were me chewing on crayons with PowerPoint, doing my best. Jason Buckman and Dong, his coworker Dong, have gotten involved with us on producing the posters, and they are smoking better compared, quality compared to what we were using before from my stuff. So just great to see. And there's the Polaris one too. So, as Jim said, we could use volunteers, particularly at the event. One shift from every club member, we'd be good because he could fill the most important roles, the ones that we can't mess up on.
Typical shift is 5 hours, right?
Yeah. Yep. Right, and I think that's, he highlighted the other things that we need, so. Gear-wise, always trying to keep an eye out for unique things. I used to use the OR16s. I'm sure everybody's familiar with the little red ones with the pin nipple, and if you snap them too hard or get a fish tugging too hard, sometimes they'll pop off on your board. Then you find your board in Lake Bluff 3 months later, speaking out of experience. But I found these little... Dreamweaver made a version of these, and somebody modified and made them larger because the Dreamweaver one is made for the hand of a 7-year-old. It's just tiny, but I found these, fell in love with these, and was able to pick up a few. Can't find them anymore online, but one of our scouts from Troop 129 that we are the charter org for, him and his dad are really big into 3D design and printing, and so they produced me a couple drafts of this. In an ABS material, durable material, and I told them I want like 20 of these. I have enough for my boards currently, and I haven't lost a board since I used them, but I want more because I can't find them. They're
Is that something new?
finite. Is this something new? Well, it's just.
I'm a short
it's
guy.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. Yeah. Okay. So that's I just like the type of releases that won't come off if if you end up getting whipped on or yanked on or you get someone too excited on the rod, Liam, and throw the board into the water behind the kicker motor. Right, Liam?
On the offshores, we throw them back in.
Yeah, well, I was about to throw Liam in after. Liam's got a great, or Liam will never live that down with me. We did get that board though. Yeah, but if anybody has interest in these, or if you have other things that you'd like custom printed for you, just know that we have 2 families in the Scouts who are very active in 3D printing, and they can do basic design. They were able to produce this in like 2 nights, and then produce 2 models for me where they modified it based on the one suggestion I had versus the current one. They're for their technology and for their own merit badge experience and such, they're open to making things for us. Yeah.
I seen a video on YouTube for changing the ship cable bolts on IOs. It shows you how to do it without pulling the lower unit.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody just go on YouTube and look up work cruiser ship boot cable, and there's actually a couple of them, but one is a lot better than the others. But it saves you a lot of time.
Yeah, versus having to drop it off and split your other boot. All right. So, Shoremen's Roundtable. We have our guest speakers. Randy, where are you? Yep. Is Randy not here? I hadn't seen him yet. Randy was supposed to be one of our 4 guests. He's a guy. What's that? Well, we're going to.
Replacements right there, too.
And this is, jokingly, this is why I was trying to make sure we had 4, because life happens and people have to step away. Actually, with our captains in December, one of our captains just completely forgot as well, so it happens. But we've got Lonnie, Dana, and then Nick, we were going to pull you in, and then you going to come up? All right. We'll get you a beer, if that's what you're drinking.
Of course.
I'll buy. Okay. If I can have you guys all come up. And make sure we get you in the view too. You are today. This is my boat now. Or what was it from Captain? So, you know, again, we're in that spring season. It's prime right now, and we're every quarter. This was off a suggestion from Jim. We're going to do a roundtable format on a different topic. So we'll be looking for the next 2 for later this year. But this seemed like a no-brainer when Jim suggested it to have a shore-based one. And really, our goal here is just to open it up with an introduction and background on each of you guys, and then Q&A with the crowd, and let the banter take it where it goes. So, Lonnie, you want to start it off, left or right?
My name's Lonnie Steinwall. I've been fishing Lake Michigan from shore since I was 12. I'm 62 now, as of today. But yeah, I've got a lot of experience. I make my own tube jigs and hair jigs and sell them that are very successful to catch steelhead, trout, brown trout, steelhead, you know. So that's probably about it. You know, just a lot of years of experience of trial and error.
All right.
All right, I'm Nick Hutchinson. As you all know, I'm primarily a boat guy. I did fish a lot from shore before I had a boat. Lonnie kind of got me back into it the last 2-3 years or whatever, so I've been having a lot of fun. He's been teaching me a lot about it, so you're going to learn a lot more from him than me. But I'm here to support what he says.
I'm Dana Berkland. We're kind of transplantees from the West Coast. I grew up salmon fishing and steelhead fishing in the wild rivers up in Northern California and Southern Oregon. I bought a lot of different tricks that kind of worked out here that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. All the fish that are here in this lake came from the West Coast.
Yeah.
And both my wife and I have been avid fishing nuts. We fished the shoreline here a lot. Fished the Root River years ago, not so much anymore. Too crowded for us.
Yep.
But, we used to fish rivers that we could walk 5 miles on the shoreline and never see another fisher. So it's a little difficult here getting into the crowds. But we boat fished the lake religiously, fished salmon and rama for many, many years. Bought a few tricks from the West Coast that I don't know people here are aware of. So I fished with a lot of people from my job at Twin Disc, and they were kind of surprised.
Ah, that was your tie into the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved here with Twin Disc. They bought the company out in '92.
Yeah.
The only reason we moved out here was fishing was fantastic.
So are they steelhead or are they rainbows?
Right answer.
All right, well, I'm Maddox Berg. A little bit on the spot here. Grew up fishing out of Waukegan. Since then, been driving up and down, around, all over the lake, fishing, shore fishing. Now I work for Captain Shane's School of Sport Fishing. Got my captain's license this year, so be in the boat a little bit more. But fished quite a few years on the shore here, so guess I'm along for the ride with these fellas. So here for any questions.
Hey, don't let him fool you. He's a good shore guy.
Yeah. All right, I got to open it up first because I didn't know you were from Waukegan. That's where I grew up.
Yeah, well,
So-
I grew up in Grays Lake, but Waukegan was the closest, so got some family in Waukegan every time I was over there.
Took a risk and came out.
Yeah, not too bad.
Were you? Did you do a lot in the Harbor, Governor's Pier, or down?
Yeah, Government Pier is where I learned it all.
Yeah.
Coho fishing, steelhead fishing, all that. I think Waukegan's one of the best steelhead ports on the lake from shore, in my opinion. It's where my biggest steelhead have come from. always enjoy spending some time there.
Oh.
Make sure you're packing some heat. Don't go alone. But
you got my joke.
Yeah. Definitely.
Look like your boy Dilly.
Yep. Oh no, I ain't no dilly.
All right. Well, with that, I'll open it up. I want to, let it just roam, topic-wise. I know we got some youth here. Some of these kids have actually worked with Lonnie. Ish, I know you have a little bit. Liam, you'd take his advice, right?
I have a question. What's the earliest that you've ever caught a 4-year-old king off shore, and what conditions were there at the time to bring those kings?
Talking now or back in the 80s?
Even in the 80s, I'm just curious for the tournament, for the Salmon-a-Rama, what, do the big ones get near the, shore?
Yeah, back in the 80s, you catch them in June all the way up until the time they're, the conditions are always so right. There's plenty of bait fish around. The water was always cold. We didn't have, this thing with the zebra mussels or anything we had to deal with. So, it didn't matter if we were throwing spoons or alewives, we were catching them in June. But now it's hot. The conditions got to be just right for them to come in close.
I will say last year, like I said, primarily I'm on the boat, but in April last year, we started getting into cohos on the boat in Racine, hugging the shoreline, and I did catch our first king last year in April in like 18 feet of water. So if the conditions are right, the bait's there, you can get them early from shore.
I spent some time fishing last spring. I think my first king from shore was late May. So they're definitely around. You got to fish hard. It's far and few between. But it was Racine last year off the pier, South Pier, in the end of May. I got a small king. So,
you guys talk about the water, timing of the water being right. That was one we heard when we had the shoremen about a year ago. They're for Salmon-a-Rama, they're traveling all over the lake. What are you using to decide whether it's worth going out or not?
Watch the winds.
Yeah.
It's a heavy east wind. Drive around the lake. If it's a west wind. I normally start Port, Sheboygan, Milwaukee. Just depends on the winds, really. I just watch it every day. I'm looking. Wherever it's at, whenever I can fish, I'm driving there.
Yeah, usually Sheboygan fires up first. That's your best spot to get a king. It's usually in Sheboygan because that water flips pretty good.
What makes that unique?
Deeper water closer to shore.
Okay.
So if you get a heavy west wind in Sheboygan, the water's gonna flip.
Like instantaneous?
Yeah, pretty quick. A couple hours if you got a real heavy west wind. Sheboygan will flip, Port will flip, and then you can get up there and cast. Your chances are pretty good.
Lonnie, you mentioned about zebra mussels in the 80s and today. Is it because the water's so clear and we get more light penetration near shore during the daylight that it warms up more?
I wish I could really tell you that. I know one thing though, once they built that new pier, added on to the South Pier, it seems like fishing has been a lot different. I don't know if that could be a case why they don't come close anymore. It could be the bait, could be the water temperature.
They're just afraid of you, Lonnie.
I just like what they've done at many harbors, and they went to the limestone. I think it's really changed the way the water is along shore. That's when I seen fishing along the piers really drop off.
Yeah,
It used to be all granite along all the big piers, and they've really jumped into a lot of limestone.
Yeah.
Cheapened out.
Because it seems like back in the 80s, it didn't matter if we had a northeast wind, east, whatever, we were still catching kings in the summertime. Now it's like everything's just got to be perfect. You got to have that cold water, you got to have the bait. Probably your best chance to really get a king in the summer is at nighttime.
are any of you, when it gets off season for the big five, we'll say, the big four that you can usually get from shore, are you working in the river for other species for fun too?
I always work for anything that swims.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to say I fish a lot, no matter what.
Yeah.
There's always a little something going on, whether it's perch fishing, spring cohos, obviously this time of year, browns, steelhead, everything like that.
It seems like the best time to catch decent fish from shore is spring and fall. Even the perch fishing has diminished.
Mm-hmm.
That condition has to be right too. If that water gets like in the 70s, forget it. It's got to be between like 50-some degrees to about 63, 64. And it's just strange that we had a 5-fish perch limit since 1996 when you go up to Green Bay and keep 15, or you can go into Illinois and keep 15. But our perch limit has been 5 fish since 1996, and the DNR doesn't have a real good answer to why they won't up it. They always say, well, we're still doing research on it. I've talked to the DNR a lot.
Yeah, that Chicago watercolor for sure. You see down there they're pulling out lunkers, but they've got a 15 limit too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised. Oh, Jim.
I was just gonna ask, the average person here isn't gonna go buy a $500 G Loomis and a $300 van for a grill. What is a good size, length of rod, introductory level setup that a person could use?
I use Akumas. I got the Akuma SST. I buy it for around 100, and then I buy a Akuma CMAR 4000 for 69. So I'm paying under $200 for a whole setup with line. I've had no problem. I use a 9, a 9.6, and a 10.6, and I have no problem with those. For king season, I definitely recommend getting something over around a 4,000 to a 5,000, so you don't get spooled.
I would second that statement. Okuma's pretty good. I got a lot of Okuma rods, a lot of lambing glass rods, mags rods, a little bit of everything. And I always find myself using the Okumas. You can beat them up, they're cheap, and they get the job done. If you're looking for an all-around, I would go with the 9.6, 6 to 12 Okuma rod, and you'll be just fine. 3,000, 4,000 size spinning reel. You'll be good to go all year round for whatever you're doing. You'll get it done.
I fished a lot from 74 to 92 on the piers, and you pretty much could just use Yamato. I'm just curious how you're setting up not only your river rods, but it's also, you could maybe explain a little bit about your pier rods for salmon. What your backing is. Are you tipping them with certain kind of lead, fluorocarbons? What are you actually doing with your rods? Because I know you all have changed a lot from just model.
Well, when I fill my reels up, I put backing on first, and then I use a 15-pound Power Pro. And then, like when I'm casting, I'll take about maybe it depends on what I'm going after. I'll put like a 3-foot leader of 14. If I'm going for kings, I'll put the heavier line on. But if I'm going for steelhead and coho, I'll use anywhere from 10 to 6.
Next guy, how you set yours up?
So I bought a rod from Lonnie that was pretty much set up. Caught a lot of fish on it, no complaints, but no.
Cheat code.
Yeah, so no, for the steelhead and the browns in the river, I was using a 10-pound mono backing, and then terminating it with about a 3-foot, 8-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon leader. For the king rod, it's 15-pound braid, and then 12 to 14-pound fluoro leader. And it's worked for me. I'm not as experienced as these guys, but I don't lose that many fish.
He's learning, except for that big steelhead.
These are primarily casting rods you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
I use mine for everything, float fishing, for kings, coho, steelhead, browns. You know, I more or less, I'll even use the same setup for bobber fishing.
Slip bobbers mostly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I more or less just change the poundage on my leader line. When I'm float fishing, that's the only thing I change is the poundage of my leader line. The rest I keep the same. My bobber, my slip knot, my I used to use barrel swivels, but now I use the inline weights. I use a 1/4 inline weight, and I just put a bead so my bobber isn't slamming onto my knot, wearing it out, and when I go set the hook like I was before, and the thing would break. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I call them bullet heads.
I gave Nick some because
I was using split shot with no issues, but he says it's better, so try it.
Anything different from you two?
I primarily use like a 7.5 foot spinning or bait casting rod. I go light. I usually go 10 or 12 pound test, unless the big salmon are running. Then I'll go a little bit heavier. I generally lure fish, but I do some bait fishing. Kenosha Harbor is extremely good for fishing off the walls there at certain times. And some of the tricks I've learned from the West Coast is, I don't know if you guys ever heard of a bait called an anchovy. Put them on pizzas.
yeah.
The West Coast, that's the prime fish bait out there for salmon, whether you're trolling or you're in rivers. You can't find them out here.
I was gonna say, are you talking the canned ones from the
Nope.
store or
No,
natural?
These are actual, they're about that big.
Yeah.
And they stink to high heaven. If you drop one in a bucket of water, the oil just boils out. And the fish can smell it from a mile away. So, BB shot, maybe the size one odd hook right through the snout, and just free float it. Let it drift.
Huh.
And those fish can pick up that scent from a mile away.
Just letting it on the bottom.
Nope, I use very little weight. A little tiny BB shot, lighter line lets you cast farther, and just let it drift. And those fish, they'll hold on that thing like a wolf. I mean,
It's just like a meat rig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I will check at I'm going to H Mart and to a Vietnamese market. They have a lot of small fish in their frozen section.
Well, it's
Untreated, just straight frozen.
But for your boat fishing, for trolling, the anchovies are killers.
That might be good for a meat rig.
I've seen a lot of West Coast setups like that where they're in Alaska too, where they're taking the fish and then they're running a hook through the main and then a stinger hook behind it, and then they're curving it like a meat rig, like we all do.
Yeah.
And just trolling that behind a flasher or a Dodger or just by itself.
Actually,
Yeah,
they make these little plastic hoods. You stick the head of the fish into it, it holds it in place, and then take a toothpick and slide the little hole in it right through the snout that holds it in place. It's got a hole in this plastic bonnet, I guess you call it. The line runs through it, you run a hook down through it and hook it towards the tail.
Like a sewing.
And it gives it super nice action. And the hood keeps the mouth of the fish closed, so it doesn't get destroyed by trolling it. They're very soft.
Yeah.
So, but one day we were on Lake Michigan on Salmon Rama, and fishing with my two buddies in their boats alongside each other, and I dropped down on a downrigger, and within half an hour we got an 18, 16, and 14 pound laker. And my buddies were fishing right alongside of us, trolling lures, didn't even get a hit.
May I ask where you're getting your herring from?
Got to get them from the West Coast.
Order
There's
them
big
out.
suppliers, you can order them. I have a buddy lives out there I grew up with, and he sends them out to me overnight.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to order any, you know, a little expensive to get them out here, because you got to send them overnight.
They send them in a frozen.
Frozen, yeah.
In metals, styrofoams.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there are places you can order them through online.
That's something I never heard of.
Yeah, it's a little different.
So I'd like to hear from the four of you because you know the dam's coming out, as you noted. They're already marking it and they're going to start working on it this summer. You know, when that comes out, where do you anticipate the hot spots to be upriver? Because like go to Johnson Park, and I know Liam.
That's a good sandy area.
Yeah, Liam over here kills the smallies at and just some lunker smallies at Johnson and Northern. But the small, he always sends me the pictures of the smallies.
Whenever I drift for steelhead and browns, I always look for the slow, deep runs.
See him parked by the river, that's the spot to be.
He's
Three feet upstream from him.
Or two.
Yeah. So
Red Ford F-150.
The more you go up, the more it's goes over.
What, Lonnie?
The narrower the river gets.
I'm sorry. Say that again, because it's hard to hear.
When you go up on Highway 100, I just went down that road today, and I was looking at the river. It's very narrow up there, so
Yeah.
that might be a good choice, to find them. You might have to walk some, but yeah, once that dam's gone, there's going to be a lot of,
It'll be interesting.
I'm already.
I think it's going to change the whole dynamics
Yeah.
there.
When they removed the last one in Kenosha on the Pike, it was incredible. We had a Chinook at the corner of Airline Road and Spring Street in the retention pond, which is up at the headwaters. And it worked itself through water that deep to get to that pond that day.
Someone was telling me that they see them on that one path right there by Walmart.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Pike River North Branch, and the south
behind Case High School.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Oaks Road.
So when you look at where the Root River estuaries go, I mean, one branch goes into Union Grove to their water treatment plant. One kind of fades out in the farm fields for the east and west canals, and then the main branch goes all the way up to New Berlin. But I'd imagine there's probably beaver blockages or something by that point.
Well, it's almost like Grant Park. They can only go so far because of that dam.
Mm-hmm.
That's though that's a small stream, that's probably one of the best steelhead places to go when they do come up.
Because they're so concentrated.
When it's open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one.
That thing's been silted in pretty bad.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to hammer the steel.
So I think it's gonna depend on what the dam removal does for the water flow and the water levels. To determine really what holes are gonna be good and what holes aren't gonna be as good anymore.
Won't exist anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, time will tell.
Yeah.
I think most of it will stay the same.
Probably have an impact above the dam too.
I prefer fishing the lower river before we get some rain.
Yeah.
The fish kind of stack up in the deeper holes, and I think those holes will stay the same. So there's a little bit of consistency there. We don't get as much rain as we used to. I feel like we've had a lot of low years these last couple of years, so the fish kind of stack up in the same holes every year.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to capitalize on them in those holes, I think, before they push up. Once they push up, I'm not sure what's going to happen. But
That's like just before we got this first rain, me and Maddox, we were concentrating more on the deeper holes.
Hey, real quick, once that dam's removed, all the rivers on the Michigan side have miles and miles and miles of river that those fish can travel. And guys still, they're gonna be in the deep pools, they're gonna be in the current seams, so even though that dam's going away, I don't see it causing too much trouble. Like, if the water's low, they're gonna be really easy to find. If the water's high, like the St. Joe, how many miles can they travel on the St. Joe in Madison?
a lot. That's why I stay over
50
here. I
miles,
don't have to
60
walk as
miles?
far.
It ain't gonna be a thing.
I think the fishing will get better. It'll spread people out more. Right now, it's kind of a clown show.
The Illinois
around
Mafia
here.
will.
Yeah, I mean, I was born and raised in Illinois.
Me too.
I think it hurts some feelings when you show up with Illinois plates and catch more fish than these goofies. So,
I don't mind the Illinois fishermen that catch up and show their limit. It's the ones who have 3 coolers full.
Yeah.
And for their 5-man limit.
Yeah.
Or 5 fish limit.
I think those people come from everywhere, man. They all suck.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody from here in Wisconsin that was just loading his cooler up at the power plant.
Yeah.
You just can't pinpoint people from Illinois because there's people that.
I know in the Root River, we do a lot of kayaking.
Yeah.
Kayak fishing. And if you launch above the dam,
Mhm.
paddle up, where the river starts coming into where it kind of turns into a lake there.
Yep.
It's a real nice gravel bar there. But once the dam's down, I think that'll be a very productive area.
Mm-hmm.
Is that,
We've
you're
got
talking
some
about
big-
Johnson Park?
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
And up, I mean, we've taken some big northerns, some nice bass out of there, but I think that's gonna open up the whole river substantially. Those fish run, they like good, clean water, clean gravel, clean sand, that's what they're gonna be looking for. Now, do you know if there's any kind of restoration projects going on with the river
There's
in the future?
there's a number of spots. On a side note, we can talk about things that are going on with like Root Pike Wind in different areas, but they're really driven by the stakeholders, the landholders, whether they happen or not. Because there were some, we looked to do some northern spawning grounds down in Lincoln Park, and the city of Racine actually declined it, even though we got a grant to fund the entire project. It would have been free to the city. There was dissent by them, and so that project never happened.
Now that's gonna be another problem, access, once that dam gets up, because a lot of these places that are on Green Bay Road, and you go to a dead end, a lot of these people own land. up
All the way to the
river.
waterway. Yep. Yeah, that probably won't change. So like you said, you have the county park, and then, that's why I look at Johnson Park. That's a great public access point. Great structure in the water with what they did with the rocks in there.
You know where I think else would probably be a good spot is 5 Mile Road.
Linwood Park.
That park, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like a little, I used to fish there as a kid and catch a lot of fish.
Are there species that you don't see, shore-wise, don't see as much here? I know Milwaukee, they introduced brook trout back in recently.
There's a few around here.
Yeah.
I caught one outside of Bridge Tender, right at Main Street there.
Really?
I caught a brook trout through the ice there last year. And I also caught one in Kenosha Harbor at the boat launch through the ice last year. So
I've taken them out of Kenosha Harbor.
Okay.
There's north end of the pier.
I know they had plants that were in the Port Washington area that ended up in Door County too.
Yeah.
They migrated all the way up the shoreline.
There's a few around. I would like to see more numbers of them. But what the DNR thinks that just because they stocked them a few years and it didn't work out, that it will never happen. But I think we need, 7, 8 years to 10 years even of stocking before we really see a return of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've
It's
actually
just
taken
luck of the draw.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I've actually taken a couple small ones on the route years ago. Drifted a crawler.
Everything is nickel.
Yeah, everything is nickel.
Mine was on a spawn sack.
Jim?
So do all strain of the rainbows prefer the same temperature when you're fishing offshore?
Not sure on that one.
Pretty much.
I don't think so, but
Do all strains of the rainbows seem to be as tolerant to the same water temperatures, or do some do better in warmer water than others?
Well, you gotta figure, the Scamanians, they come up in July to do their thing. And that one is warm, so. I don't know if it really affects them. You catch them by the dam when they come up. But what kind of irritates me now is seeing all these, they're not cormorants, but they're these other ducks that are in the river. I don't know what they're feeding on, but I hope they're not feeding on the trout that are being stocked. I mean, they're real small little ducks, but they're diving, even in Kenosha Harbor, they're just diving everywhere, picking up fish.
They were eating my minnows ice fishing. I caught a few of them.
you caught.
But
not
a ton of those suckers. It'll scare the customers. It jumps up out the hole.
There's a
bird on the hook.
comment online, see if you guys agree with it, but Sean said that removing the dams will also concentrate the pike because the slack water will be more scarce. So they'll be more stacked up in those holes above.
Yeah, I don't do much fishing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I'm sure about.
It's weird how all of a sudden you'll be fishing, you'll be float fishing, your float will be going this way, next thing you know, 5 minutes later, the river goes still, and then your float will be going back this way. I don't understand how that happens.
From the bridges and the break walls, that the water gets stacked up
Little siche.
in the narrows.
Yeah.
It'll go
You
back
got,
and forth
you got
in the lower
the
river.
volume of water running down, but say going by State Street Bridge,
Right.
this side of the bridge, it's
Well,
100 feet wide.
Part.
But as it goes underneath the bridge, that
Yeah.
next down to 50 feet, you still got that same volume of water coming down.
And I've seen.
What happens is it stacks up against that abutment,
Yeah.
and the way the water gets up so high, and then it just pushes back down and goes the other way until it funnels out, it can allow it to go down again.
Almost like a tide.
We literally watch the water go
It's a
up
seiche,
and down.
Yes, I've seen that seiche effect gently push water all the way to Island Park.
Yeah, I mean, as far as
In
I
the
can
Lincoln
remember
even?
fishing,
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen it in the lower parts of the river.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah,
it.
it's just the wind's the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be
Some
careful.
days it's worse than
Sometimes when
others.
you're fishing from shore, you have to pull you out of the mud there. You have to pull his buddy out, got stuck. He got stuck.
That's where you
Oh
get,
yeah, I was stuck for like 10 minutes.
get a longer rod.
What kind of baits do you guys use? Like in the spring here, the steelhead, they use spawn, they'll use Play-Doh. You know, otherwise you hit the out in the lake when you're fishing the pier, your spoons or your plugs or bobber fishing. Explain a little bit of that.
No, there's, well, I've noticed what's people to be successful on is I make the tubes and the hair jigs, spinners, sacks, and beads. Even small things that don't dive down. It just, everything is different. It seems like when it gets cold out, they like sacks and beads for some reason, and then when it's like the water's clear, I'll be throwing my hair jig and they'll just be, and the water's clear, they'll just, I tip both everything I use, either cooked shrimp or waxy with it. But it just seems like these fish don't always concentrate on just one thing. It's like one day, like one morning, we were throwing sacks, we were hitting on sacks, and all of a sudden it just, that bite just died. And then I put on a hair jig, and then I started catching them on the hair jig. They didn't want the sacks after that. These fish are kind of finicky. You know, it's got a lot to do with the temperature, the light. It's sometimes I just get puzzled. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, and there's days where they just want one thing, and then there's days when they just want several things. You know, you just got to have everything with you.
Same way in the boat, right?
Yeah. If you don't got it, you can't use it.
Summertime, I would recommend casting spoons or soaking alewives on the bottom. Using a sabiki rig, you can catch some alewives. Cast them out there on a bottom rig, similar to catfishing, really. Leave your bail open, wrap it around a beer can or a beer bottle, and when that bottle falls, run over there and get them. This time of year, like Lonnie said, spawn. I had a group of customers out a couple weeks ago. We ran out of spawn bags. The fish were biting real good. Ran out of spawn bags. I just started tipping their hooks with cooked shrimp, small pieces of cooked shrimp. No jig, anything, just a plain hook. And we caught fish all the way till dark. So I actually stayed out there after the trip was over just to fish with them. So frozen, Walmart, Target, Meijer, Aldi, anywhere. Frozen cooked shrimp, you'll do it to them. Yeah, whatever's cheapest. Thanks, dude.
Just go to the alley there.
The little cocktail ones, or the big ones that cut them
I
out?
use the big dogs.
You guys ever use yarn anymore like back in the day?
What a trouble.
That's for snagging.
No, that shit still works, man. It's been a lot of years, so I was just wondering if anyone still did.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
I've seen guys
It's
catch
not
it on
me.
Play-Doh. You know?
Hey, whoever told you Play-Doh works, they lied to you, brother. Don't use that shit.
I've seen it work.
Hey, Matt, there's a guy in Fort, 2-pound Tommy, he's officially a carrot.
Come on.
And back in the day, I used to take my mom.
That's
there,
flossing, that ain't
pantyhose
fishing.
and tie my own sacks.
Under a lot.
Hey, Carrots did really well at the kids' fishing pond this year, okay? I was slaying them.
Baby carrots or the big ones?
The diced. We have, during the salmon-a-rama, we have to rotate baits because the fish start catching on.
They start getting used to it, huh?
Yeah, so we go from power bait to carrots to finally I Anders went and got minnows because he was doing the minnow race, and he went and pulled. I think he pulled one over, or someone pulled one over and dropped that thing in, and it was lights out. And after that point, I think we had to buy like 50 dozen minnows for the rest of Salmon-orama.
I've got a funny story. Just the other day, my wife and I were out in Maquanico, on the upper Maquanico River, the trout stream. And it's very small. And we're just hiking around, looking at a small lake to do some kayak fishing. And walked over the Maquanico River, there's a little bridge and a footpath there. And there's a nice deep pool underneath that bridge. And I'm looking at it going, there's something thinning around down there. I didn't have a rod or anything like that, we're just hiking. I took a piece of chewing gum, dropped it in the water.
Hammered it.
Trout. Rise right up and grab it.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Is that
You never know.
above or below the Phantom?
Above.
Above, okay.
Yeah.
I've only
It's
been
by Rainbow Springs Lake.
by the old golf course.
Yep.
Oh, that area's beautiful.
We fished the Maquanico River like crazy.
I've never thought to fish out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, one time I opened up a coal hole and I found a cigarette butt.
Yeah, I've had that too.
Yeah.
They ain't the brightest.
So, I'm of the opinion that if they're in the mood to bite, they're gonna hit it. If they're not, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, those coal holes, they like those ladybugs.
I want to see our young guys get involved. They're just sitting over here shutting up.
So like, what do you guys use from like bobber, like you guys bobber all the way down your hook, like sinkers, everything? What do you guys use?
I like the ESP bobbers.
I would go to Court & Dick's Ace Hardware, right up the road here.
Or Fish Tech.
Yep, or Fish Tech. I would get a size 3 ESB, everlasting slip bobbers. And then the size 3 is rated for a 1/4 ounce weight. So I like to use a sliding weight. I don't use split shots. So I would take your bobber stop, your bobber, and then you get yourself a sliding weight, 1/4 ounce, either an egg or a cylinder, whatever they got. Put that on there next, and then you tie your barrel swivel on, and then 2-foot leader to your hook. Small hooks and small leader is always going to be best, the smallest you can get away with.
Just one thing you gotta remember, when that temperature drops to like 30 and below, you don't want a slip bobber. You want a fixed bobber, because you're liable, and you don't want to use
Freeze up.
braid. You want to use mono,
Yep.
because it'll freeze up on you. Mono will freeze real quick.
You mean braid of
Braid
freeze.
Braid will freeze real quick, and you're just sitting there, like,
Anytime I'm not casting a bait, I'm using mono. Float fishing, bottom rig fishing, whatever it is, I'll always use mono. If I'm casting a spoon, that's the only time I use braid. I just prefer mono. It's all personal preference.
what was this size that you wanted to check on it? I don't know for that reason. I think they had 10, 12.
Well, yeah, I guess the one thing is your bobber and your weight should always match up, right? So if you have a bobber that's a 1/4 ounce bobber, you want a 1/4 ounce of weight. Sometimes, like it's you need the right amount of weight for your bobber to track properly in the current. So always look, there's 7 grams, 14 grams, whatever it is. Just match the amount of weight to the amount of weight that the bobber takes, and you'll be good to go. This time of year, I'm always using 6 pound. That's pretty standard. 6 pound with a size 10 hook. Gamakatsu, owner, whatever it is. You should catch some fish.
Wait with lighter line, because they're not going to spool you in the river. A lot of times these fish, they get spooked easily too. If the water's clarity is real clear, and a lot of people use clear floats, and because I don't know what it is about the sunlight sometimes, that if they can see that stuff, with lighter line, it's a lot more easier. But I've noticed when the water's not so clear, you can get away with 10-pound casts as a leader line. I don't go no more heavier than 10 when I'm float fishing.
There's a cost question. Do the fish fight any different in the salt water versus the fresh water?
Different type of fishing, totally. I mean, saltwater is mostly trolling or mooching. something like that. But
Live shrimp.
river fishing is drift fishing. The riffles, the gravel bars, fast moving water.
But do they fight more in saltwater?
Well, the saltwater fish are a lot bigger. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen 50-pound salmon.
Regular.
Common.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're regular.
We've caught, I had a buddy fish a 55-pound Chinook out of a river, a fast-moving river. It took him an hour to get it in on an 8-pound test, but there's some big fish out there. And, you know, 20-pound steelhead are common. So, yeah. Pardon me?
Kenya, Alaska?
Well, I fished that, but not, no. The Yuma River, Sacramento River, the Feather River.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all those up in Northern
Did
California.
I hear correct too? The limits are like a fish,
Yeah. A lot of them, there's no,
one and
you
done.
can't keep anything.
Right.
Can't
The West
keep
Coast
anything-
is
can't have a bar on the hook.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happens when the fishing sucks.
What's that?
That's
Yeah.
what happens when the
And
fishing
that's
sucks. It's
one of
like
the reasons we moved out here. The regulations, Oregon is trying to pass a law to ban fishing total, right now. It's in the Senate, and it's like, what? How can they do that?
Just fishing on the rivers or any type of fishing?
Inland freshwater fishing. Saltwater fishing is still gonna be open, but they're trying to ban all freshwater fishing.
Even on lakes and everything?
Yep. It's one of these animal protection groups.
Bunch of idiots.
Yeah, yeah. There'll be a revolution out there. But
I know you had a question.
A lot of people should not overlook drainage ditches that run in through neighborhoods. I fished a lot when we were younger, the drainage ditches just south, or just east of Taylor in Ohio. And that creek runs all the way down to where the old dam was by the golf course. And literally, probably the length of this room, it's about this wide.
That's a tributary of
It's
the Pike.
about this tall.
Yep.
But when you start checking all those culverts, and you scare them up, they're either sitting under the bank in the front of them, or they're sitting on the bottom side waiting for the stuff to come through the drainage ditch, and they pound on it right away. We used to just chuck a sack with a few eggs in it, and just let it blow out of the duct, going over a road, and they would just smash it. It's unbelievable how many trout there are in those little streams like that.
You know
It's
that,
quite impressive.
that, little street there, as you're going into Colonial, I've seen them go up that.
But we did,
I mean, it's
we
no
just
wider
walked
than
the
this
Pikes
table.
Creek and looked for any feeder creek that wasn't part of the river, and we just started following them, and that's how we found all the trout and fish that were actually in there.
Yeah, Waukegan Creek is a good example of that.
Yeah.
That's like a little piss stream. Like most of it's no wider than this table.
Yep.
When you get a little rain, everything else is blown out. Like right now, if I didn't get back to Ohio this weekend.
And you gotta watch, because they sit under the bank, underneath the overgrowth.
So when all these bigger rivers are blown out, we got a lot of rain and they're muddy and flowing too fast. You start looking at the little creeks and stuff like that. Any of these little creeks up and down the coast will hold fish. Waukegan Creek back in the day, when we would get a good rain, it would fill up with steelhead so crazy. Me and my buddies would be in camo, hiding behind trees, because you could see the groups of fish sitting there, and they would swim up the creek, and you would wait behind the tree and cast. We wouldn't even bobber fish them; it was so shallow. You would just use a little tube, and you would pop it in front of them, and you'd watch them come up and hit it. Like they're looking, like it's so shallow, they can see you. Like it's 6 inches to a foot of water.
For those who were here and knew my backstory and my parents and everything, when my dad was not so awesome, but I was living with him in Waukegan, we used to go catch him by hand down there when the police weren't around. But I was like 5, so.
Well, they still ain't around.
Yeah.
You don't got to worry about that.
No, they don't go under Genesee Street much.
I know from experience. It's
But what is nice about that, you just make sure you stay in the creek, not on the private properties.
Yeah, you have to know the water lines.
Get trouble real quick.
Yeah, that's probably something that some of you guys can talk about too. Is like playing the water lines and legal rights. Kenosha Country Club's one that seems to do okay with tolerating fishermen coming in as long as you stay in the water line.
They're pretty cool around
Same
here.
with the one there by the quarry.
Racine Country Club. Yeah.
They're pretty lenient around here.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is like if you happen to slip up on shore briefly, they don't seem to chase you.
Yeah, I mean they see guys walking down there, 20 dudes a day, walking across the golf course, to go fishing. So I think they're kind of used to it.
Yeah.
People don't follow the rules like you should, but keep your feet in the water. Or,
Yeah.
Or where the water line
The
is.
water line. Yeah. So it
as
could be
long as
higher.
you're they're pretty cool around here. We don't have to worry too much.
What else you guys got to say? What's one little tip that you guys want to? Everyone give one little tip to a new guy.
Lonnie's got all the secrets.
I mean,
The tip is listen to Lonnie. When he says something,
You know,
he's usually the one that
I honestly have a good one that would close it out off of that suggestion. You know, we look at our club, we look at who's out there fishing. You know, we got to get more of the next generation involved. You know, how do you see that most successfully happening? Because typically you start on the shore before you end up in a boat if you're going to go that route. But you start off on shore, even if you're going to be a lifelong shoreman. How do we, where do you see the community failing to get more kids involved?
I'll tell you, this is the problem. A lot of people are afraid to share secrets. That's the main problem we have with the fishermen nowadays. They want everything to themselves. They get mad when you post a picture of a spot. I don't mind taking somebody fishing. I mean, I got Nick.
Even if it's Nick.
What?
Hey, Nick makes really good jerky if you take him fishing.
The kids want to fish. I mean, I've gave him my skate and stuff.
Yeah.
So you got to start them out though on the easy stuff.
Some success.
Graduate up to fishing for salmon and trout.
Yeah.
Start them out with the bluegills and the bullheads and the crappies and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think what's really cool. I'm 21, so I'm a little hip when it comes to like the social media and all that stuff. And I feel like there's a lot of kids on the rivers and on the piers nowadays, which is pretty cool. I kind of thought I was the last of the crew to be out there trying to learn it, but recently I feel like I've seen a lot of younger kids out there doing it, getting after it, which is cool. And I think if you're a kid who's looking out, or even an adult who's looking to try and get into it, the best thing you can do is go out there and learn. You'll always see people like Lonnie or any of these guys here would be happy to help. Would be happy to help teach you anything. I do run some trips out here, so I'm not always the friendliest when people come set up right next to you. But as long as you're out there trying to learn, there's always going to be people who will help you.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing is get off the couch, get out there, get after it, and you'll learn some stuff.
I'd ask the same of the three here because I know you guys, Liam, you've got kind of a little clique that's been running down and fishing at different spots. What do you see from your generation? How do we get more of your class, your age range involved?
I would say just like inviting your friends out and stuff like that, and like trying to teach them and like maybe get them on a fish instead of you. You know what I mean? Like not being selfish and trying to take the fish for yourself and put them on one.
Hogging the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that girl that I mentored the last 2 years.
Mhm.
I mean, the first year she took 5th place, and then last year she took 2nd.
Yeah.
She actually listened to, that's another thing, she listened to everything I've done, and she was patient.
Married to her.
Yeah.
She listens.
Did you make her leave her phone at home?
No, you got tip your cap though. She's got a family who's really invested in fishing too. I mean, they just like some of our general age club members. They live out there for Salmonorama. They're cooking out there. It was, some of the posts from their family and from Lonnie. You see them, making a meal like just like the old days.
Her grandpa and Lindley would take her.
Yeah.
Every morning, be out there. She'd be out there before I would. You would get out there, and that one day they just stood in the rain and fished. I mean, that's hardcore. Me, I was looking for cover. I didn't want to get wet at all, but she was just like just downpouring, just casting away.
I think the coolest part of the whole shore game is the Salmonorama shore fishing tournament. I love it. Shane tries to keep me busy on the boats, but during that week it's hard for me to want to fish on the boat when all my buddies are out there on the shore. And it's pretty cool the way the whole community's out there. I mean, you see the same faces from Kenosha all the way to Sheboygan, even north of there, Manitowoc, Kewanee, everywhere. Everybody's out there, everybody's chasing fish, and it's a pretty cool thing. You know, we'll be grilling steaks out there while we're fishing, sleeping in sleeping bags, sleeping in the truck wherever we're at, thousands of miles on the truck every year. So it's pretty cool to see the community come together, and I hope to watch it grow as the years go on. I feel like these last couple of years have been pretty cool. So
to be honest, it all starts with you guys, man. You guys are our future. You know, if you guys need some help, let me know, okay? You know, I can hook you up with some tube jigs or some hair jigs. I'm not that way. Ask Nick and thing. I gave him my hair jigs.
yeah, them Lonnie Tunes fuck them up.
We have a lot more time to teach the kids if they come and mow our lawn while we're getting stuff ready.
I'm gonna toss this out there, if I can read it.
Need someone to read it for you?
September 12th, our sister club down in Illinois, SU Illinois, runs a kids fishing derby out of the,
Waukegan Harbor.
Marina.
Yep.
In Waukegan. You don't have to be a member, so if you've got kids, grandkids, neighbors that you'd like to get them involved, it's free of charge. Just about everybody walks away with some kind of prize, plus they give them food to eat, bait, and everything. So that's September 12th.
Yep.
And then we're working on one in August here for our kids group.
Correct.
It's not made, I guess.
Yep, we have it down to 2 dates. We're waiting for the City of Racine Police Department, our liaison there, because volunteers is always tough for nonprofit events, as Jim said for Salmonorama. We're tapping them in. They used to have the kids, cops and kids fishing event, and we're going to partner to kind of reactivate that with our support. It'll be one of 2 Saturdays in August that's not competing with the Jackpot Series events. And once we get that locked down, we'll make that public too. So that's part of our duty, to this organization, to this sport, is to help encourage the next generation to get in. So,
Even my best advice I can give to you guys is knowing your depth is everything when fishing the river. You know your depth. I don't ever fish the rapids. I always find pools that are slow run. Rapids. I just don't catch fish in rapids.
Outside corners.
Yeah, it's
You
just
drift
like,
them.
well, even spinners work good. Beth spinners, size 3. That I'll fish kind of where it's flowing, but other than that, I just look for the slack water and the slow deep run pools. And then, like I said, if you're drifting and your bobber is doing this, that means you're on the bottom. I just lower my thing until my bobber is doing this, straight up and down, just a nice good run. Like I said, I'll hook you guys up. When I get tired right now, I gotta make stuff for fish tank and Lake Michigan angler, but when I get tired, I'll make you up some tubes for you, especially the spring coho run is coming. I'll make you up some of the pearl on pearl tubes so that when they're here on the piers, catch some coho. I fish, when I'm on the pier, I fish anywhere from 6 to 9 feet. Like I said, knowing your depth is really almost the key to everything.
any other questions for our committee, our roundtable? No?
I'd like to make one statement. I'm a volunteer for the Veterans Outlet, and I know you guys.
VOW, yeah, Veterans Outreach of
You guys
Wisconsin.
donate a lot of the fish to the people there.
Yep.
It's greatly appreciated.
Yep.
Most people love it. They're always asking for more. So I got to thank you guys, give you guys kudos for that.
So
It's
thank
awesome.
you for bringing that up, because the Milwaukee Club has a freezer down at their launch that's utilized by the charter boat captains for excess, fish when their customers don't want it. They'll take the fillets, bag them, throw them in there, and the food banks will pick them up. We are currently working with Reef Point Marina, F3 Marina, and Racine County in discussions to try to find an amicable solution where we could place one to do the same for Racine. And you guys and other Racine County food banks would be the benefactors of that. So almost 1,000 pounds that we donated to the VOW.
I remember I stocked the freezer with it.
Yep. So we hope to do that again and more in the future.
Yeah, and if you guys even, not during salmon or anything, you have a good catch, you don't want it, donate it. Those people need it.
Yeah.
Veterans and they're.
And it's a welcome difference because you don't usually get fish.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And Bradley was noting same thing. The Jackpot Series events. That's where we collected most of that. Is your participation in Jackpot at the end. Any fish you're not keeping, we fillet them. We usually get a team of like 5 to 10 guys that fillet them, clean them, bag them, and that's what's going to the VOW or for the salmon Salmonorama first Saturday free fish boil. So again, community matters. Things our club doing. We're trying to get that message out a little more. Thank you for bringing that up.
Before you do close out, I do have T-shirts here. The Salmon Limited ones are 20.
Yeah.
I have leftover Salmonorama shirts. We're letting them go for 5. It's only what's available in sizes there, and really that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you to our 4 guests, our couple of impromptu. Oh, we have, is it a fanboy?
Fanboy.
No, just kind of.
Yeah.
Right, we're done? We're wrapping it up?
No, there's some more.
Almost.
Just this, okay.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Yeah, this is a good part.
Oh, before we get to that too, though, guys, there's 3 spots left on Brad's March Madness raffle, 2 spots left on the crankbaits, and if anyone's getting into the Jackpot series, he did. I know he had the screen or slide up, but he's got printouts for everybody if you want to keep the dates and have records of the prizes and everything. Come
You have the
grab some.
applications there?
That's no applications.
I don't think he printed them today, but we'll have them at future meetings. So Mike.
Yes, sir.
We've got 5 $25 gift cards, courtesy of Fish Tech. Where's our Fish Tech? There's our Fish Tech rep. This was out of their own offering. This was not our soliciting to them. So out of their kind-heartedness, they reached out and said, hey, we want to get involved. They donated 5 $25 gift cards, which will be the membership raffle. And they also donated a downrigger rod, which I think is going to be in a future raffle.
Fish Tech member.
Oh, did you? Okay. Is it already filled up, or?
No, we're gonna do general membership.
Oh, one of these? Okay. Yep. So we'll do the 5 gift cards first, and then we'll do the downrigger rod.
Go on, Lonnie.
Yeah, Lonnie, pick.
It's your birthday.
That way we can all get pissed at Lonnie if we don't win. So first $25 gift card. Ticket number. Last 3 did.
705 986.
986. He's got a list.
Right after.
Oh, Dale is on a roll today.
Good job.
Dale got one.
Dale.
I should have put you in front of me.
986. We got one.
All right.
Dale, you gotta come forward.
Here. Keep your eyes on this.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
All right, Dale.
You get to pick the next one.
No.
We all have good ones.
Good news, they don't have names on them, so thankfully.
Ah, this is one of the last ones. Might even be on your list. Last 4 number 6003. Right here. Okay.
003? All right. Go up and Mike, draw the next one. Yep.
Congratulations.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, am I drawing?
Yep. Since you can't win again.
This will be a winner.
It will be, yeah.
I guarantee.
Oh, the other side's got the number. All right, 6010.
That might be on the
That
list.
might be on the.
That is online. Ron Lorigan. Can you draw again since Ron is not local?
Oh, you're not taking, he doesn't get it?
No, he does. I'm right,
Okay.
but he's not here to draw a ticket. Okay. You're gonna draw?
I got one.
Yep.
All right, 5970. Better not be mine.
970.
970.
It is mine.
I was saying it was right before me. Drew your own.
What a touch.
Man, I haven't seen that since David Stern and Patrick Ewing.
Since Irv did a drawing?
No, Irv just wins.
Yeah, since Irv did the drawing.
All right, well,
Are we up to one more?
yeah, one more and then we'll do the downrigger rod. So 2 more prizes to go off. Or actually 3 more. I'll explain why.
5973.
Right here.
All right.
Nice.
973.
Still got more tickets in here.
Yep, and oh, so when we did our membership ones, one of our members did not renew his membership, and he insisted on us throwing the card back. You remember Dan?
Okay.
So Dan had asked that we throw his gift card back from the early sign-up memberships, and so we are going to re-raffle that one off.
And I'm gonna throw something in there. I won a $100 one already. I'm turning mine back and redraw.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
So,
All right. Next winner, 5996. Maybe on your list.
wait, 5, what was the last 3?
5996.
Yeah, Mary Lee Hetland.
Quit drawing all them away people.
So Mary Lee, okay. $25 for fish tech.
This guy looks like he can find a winner.
Oh, no. This guy.
We've seen how this works out.
All right, 6002.
What was I heard? Hey, Nick.
Nickname.
All right. And that leaves the final. This is a, what size was it?
Looks like an 8-footer.
There it is. 7-foot downrigger, Okuma downrigger rod.
Shorty.
I like the way she bends. I'm in this. You draw. You already won. Because I'm hoping to win.
Rocket launch should be over here. Oh, this side.
John, no. All right, 5987.
Oh my gosh, was ever right after you.
No way.
What?
You win twice.
Dale.
Oh, because you had your son.
Yes, one for him and one for
his
son.
His son is actually checked in online.
Spicy.
Dang. Oh. All right. Cool.
I can throw these away now.
Yeah. Let me jump. Okay. Yeah, you just said it there.
I thought I was going to take that off the table.
Upcoming announcements and meetings. This Saturday is the Salmon Unlimited Illinois swap meet. This is down in Winthrop Harbor, much closer this year if you want to join the Illinois Club swap meet. They also have their fin clip on March 15th and 16th. They go down as a group and stay at a hotel if you're interested in volunteering. Kind of a neat opportunity.
2 more crankbait lines left.
Yep.
Load
And then
up, that's the jackpot, you guys.
April club meeting will be Brandon Wambach and Kevin Wagner from NOAA. Yep. And then a Root River cleanup on Saturday, April 18th. I forgot to update the slide. It's April 18th, Saturday. And I think that brings us to our vendor fair then for May. So we got a lot going on. The season's upon us. Thank you all for getting involved. And again, thank you, Oscar, for a hell of a nice dinner for the roundtable night. No, that's I was talking to Jim earlier. I sent it to him and he's filling it out. I should have it hopefully by tomorrow, and I'll get you a copy for your record. Because I was going to fill it out for them, and I didn't have their tax ID number or their legal address. So he's producing it. So Lonnie apparently is, I don't know if he's related to Steve Jones, because he happened to, they were jointly on a message today that I was on Facebook for the meeting. And he's like, Uncle such and Lonnie, are you related to Steve Jones?
I know Steve Jones.
You know, okay. He said something about like Uncle something or in that message, that post. And I'm like, wait, are you guys related? Okay. He's the leader of Racine Fire Bells that we're giving the grant to, but when I saw him say to you in a message about some uncle, I'm like, what? Yeah. Yeah, so 15.
1, 2, 3. This one's for every game, the whole March Madness.
Jason.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, that's Jason. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have like 2 of them, but I don't know him. He's the one with the hookup, but he took a new job and works second shift in Waukesha, so it's going to be hard for him to make these meetings. He'll be here in board meetings, but not. Because Jason's not. Huh? Me? Yeah!
I call it follow.
There's another membership.
Okay.
Where to go?
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
Where to go?
I just saw a new planer board that's out on the market. Raw Tech Innovations. You can use the planer board on left or right side.
Universal, yeah.
And it's got entirely different releases on it.
Can you share that with me?
Yes, I will.
Yeah. Because I'd like to watch that.
All right. I just saw it today. I was trying to bring it up, but I kept talking right away in the meeting.
What'd you think? It was good. A lot of info. Unfortunately, you didn't win them. I know. 1 in 10. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But for that many, it was worth trying.
All of them.
Yeah, exactly. It's a one and done deal. Sometimes we'll split
We're gonna use them.
He always only comes with like.
Wait, you're not even gonna use them?
Hey, his payment for speaking today is a Salmon Unlimited camel hoodie.
I'll buy one.
Camel hoodie.
Where's the camel ones with the orange? I seen some dude wearing one last year. I was like,
Really? I don't know.
It was
like this is from Illinois. We don't even have them. And I'm
Fans
like,
Unite,
I
baby.
went down to their swap meet last year, and I saw it. I'm like, you guys have hoodies? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, give me a 2XL right now.
that's a big dog, bro. That's a big one.
Furries and
Right now it's a little high. Let me check something out.
My first goal was yesterday.
Yeah? It's gonna get real good, dude.
well, that's a terrible shame.
I've been out multiple times. I've been out.
I should talk to you guys who don't drink.
I stopped.
That's the funniest thing is we're out here prospecting all these places for liquor, and Jim and I are like, they're like, what would you like? I'm like,
Check this out.
So,
You can search this up online anywhere, okay?
Give us
Root River CFS.
Yeah, we have a lot of
What is today, the 11th? Perfect.
I'll give you a call tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, where'd it go? Okay, so this is today. You see how since the rain last night, the river is skyrocketing, right?
Yep.
So you're gonna want that when it's going down. Okay, so right now it's really high, it's really muddy. As the days go on, it'll drop drastically. Every day, it'll boom, 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 drop. Okay. Once it gets clear, you can catch them in anything as long as it's high or clear. But I would wait. What's today? Wednesday. I would wait till next week. I'm sure you guys are in high school. I I would wait till next week, mid next week after school, otherwise next weekend. I would go hit Washington Park, 6th Street, 5th Street Yacht Club right here, dude. Right here. Anywhere in the lower river. So lower would mean closer to the lake, right? The first few bends of the river, they're gonna load up with steelhead when the river's over. So upriver, it's really shallow, right? I'm sure you've snagged a million baits up there, right? Spinners, hooks, everything, you've lost a million of them. So as the river drops, you're gonna see all the fish drop back out of the river. And where are they gonna sit? They're gonna sit in the deeper holes in the river. So next weekend, I would go out, I would get you a hair jig. They sell Lonnie's hair jigs at Fish Tank. They're a couple bucks a piece. I would go in there and I would buy an olive or a black and purple hair jig. Okay? Then buy some waxworms or some cooked shrimp. Then I would go to 6th Street. It's called 6th Street. You look it up. It's a bend. It's the old 6th Street boat launch. You've been there. It's concrete, right? It's a big concrete bend, right? Yep. So I caught 34 fish with customers last week. 34 steelhead trout. Yeah. Kyle's a real good fisherman. So there, next week when the river drops back down, there will be steelhead there, and you'll catch them on a bobber. If you fish 6th Street, 4.5 to 5 feet down with the bobber and a hair jig and some shrimp or waxworms, and you'll catch them. Promise. 6th Street. Yep. So it's a concrete wall, and you stand in the mud right below it, and there's pillars going around. Fish right there.
My neighbor's, Andrew.
Logan? He looks like he's a hobo? Yeah, fuck that. He's hard work. He's a goofy. Yeah, he won't help much in the douchebag. But yeah, so if you search up, so all I did was type in Root River CFS. And then it'll say monitoring location, Root River at Racine, Wisconsin. Wait for that water to drop back down, so it's going to be down there. You're going to want it. Yep, you're going to want it to drop all the way back down. It's going to look like a roller coaster. Yeah, real talk. Yeah, that's perfect.